So if you look right here, you can see those little two notches. So if I click on that, it turns on a preview over here, so I can see my render. I can move it around. And the scrub bar down here, that's a scrub bar. And I'm going to stretch that out to the width of the screen. Okay. So I got my original render. I'm going to go to where the window is. First thing I'm going to do actually is go over here. There's a little tool that covers the implementation of your animation. I'm going to tell it to come in on frame 1 instead of 0, because that's what I did when I rendered things. I started on frame 1 because I was doing a loop from 0 to frame 130, where the keyframe on 0 and 130 were identical, so I didn't want to render both of those frames, otherwise there'd be a pause in the animation. So I skipped frame 0, so I'm going to tell it to start on 1, global in on 1, and then I'll go to 130. So that way, when I deal with these other guys, it's easy to sync them up. Alright, so first thing I'll do is I'll add a merge mode. And I got my window here. I will plug that into here, and now we can view the output of that. As you can see, everything went black. But if I tell this guy to be, no, I'm sorry, I want the merge. If I tell that to be in screen mode, then we get this, which is what I want. Oh, except for that thing where it's coming out of frame 0. Okay. So now I got the window reflecting. Okay, I just noticed that when I passed the part where I'd render frames, I didn't render it when the window was facing away from the camera. It turns this thing red, and it reports an error right there. So that's just because it can't find the frame in the range. So I'm going to say missing frames. Instead of fail, I'm going to say output black. And that outputs not just black, but transparent blacks, basically nothing. So now I don't have any errors, and I can scrub around to my heart's content with no problems, and everything looks good. Except I did do one other fix. This is just optional. I rendered this other element where it's just the white, the window is white, everything else is black, because I was thinking I might want to darken the original render down a bit. So I'm going to tell that guy to also global in on 1, missing frames, output black, and let's do that. I'm going to tell it to come in before. Okay, I need to add a background node, and I'm going to tell I want it to be black. I want the image to be 640 by 360. That's the resolution of my renders. So if I plug that into here, of course that blackens out the animation. But if I click here and then choose a bitmap alpha node, I can plug that in here. And then for this guy, I want the channel to be luminance instead of alpha channel. There. So here we are before. Actually, I'll show you a little cute feature of this. This has the dual previews, if I can show all this at once. So you can see before and after the effects of that node. I click the left one here and it shows up on the left, and then I click the right one here and it shows up on the right preview. So I don't want it to be solid black though. So I'm going to click on this guy, and then on the blend amount, I'm going to turn that down. 0, 0. I want like that. That's good. So now, here's the final output, the end of the composite tree. So that's good. So I fixed it. I'll render this out and then show you the final version. This is not too expensive of a program. It's it's very professional and all that. As long as you're not working in film. If you're working in film, you're going to need the floating point color. But if you're doing video or anything less than that, this is plenty for your needs. And I can't remember the price. You can go online and look. Here's their website. But also, if you're on a super budget, you can go into Google and type free compositor, and I think you're going to see more than a couple links there. So good hunting on that. And of course, be careful what you download. Alright, I'll close this off with the final animation. There it is. Isn't it lovely? And I will see you next time.